Hey YouTube, it's Kathy and I'm here to announce the Queer Lit Readathon running from June 10th to June 16th. Aren't you hosting another readathon in June? Yeah? And isn't that readathon like literally the week before this readathon? Yeah? Let no one ever say you're not ambitious. Aw, thanks. Like I mentioned, this readathon will be taking place between June 10th and 16th, and I have a very lovely co-host. My friend Rogan actually came up with the idea for this project and decided to ask me if I wanted to co-host, and I said, hells yes, let's do it. And as you might guess from the title, we are reading queer content. Rogan and I came up with 16 challenges that you can do in whatever way you want. We even have this beautiful bingo board. And you can go for a line, you can go for an X, you can go for bingo if you really want to. Or you could literally read one queer thing that week and you are taking part. I'm going to get to the challenges in just a moment, but let's get a few other things out of the way first. Firstly, we do have a Twitter, which is @queer_lit. So be sure to follow us there because we'll be doing Twitter sprints and retweeting your TBRs and retweeting our TBRs, to be honest. Speaking of TBRs, Rogan and I will have ours up next week, but feel free to do yours whenever you want. Make sure to tweet it at us so we know that they exist and that we can watch them. We also have a hashtag which you can feel free to use in your videos, in your tweets, in your Instagram posts, which is #QueerLitRead. It just makes it a lot easier for us to find you and you to find us. In addition, all of this information is in a very lovely blog post, so if you would rather just read through all the challenges, you can definitely do that, and I will link that down below with Rogan's channel information. I'm also going to link a couple of other things from Rogan. One of them is a Queer Lit recommendation video that he's recently done, along with a Queer Lit recommendation video that I did a little while ago, and I'm working on a part 2. But Rogan's other video that I'm going to link is his No More Craptions video. As you would be able to tell as soon as checking out his announcement video, Rogan is deaf. What you might not know is the auto captions on YouTube are absolute crap. So if you aren't already creating captions for your own videos, I implore you to do so just in general, but especially for your TBRs for this readathon, so Rogan can also understand what you're saying. And now for the part you've been waiting for, on to the challenges. Like I said, we came up with 16 challenges. You can do as many as you want, and feel free to double up on these. I can only think of one person off the top of my head who could possibly read 16 books in a week, and I think that's pushing it even for her. I love you, Kirsty. So the challenges are a main character on the A spectrum, a main character who is a person of color, taking part in our group read, which we've decided is The Brightsiders by Jen Wilde, and I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie, I will have probably read this by the time the readathon comes along, but that does not mean I am not excited to talk to you all about it on Twitter. Next is a recommendation from us or a friend. Next is a main character on the trans spectrum. And we wanted to be very clear here, when we say the trans umbrella, we do mean non-binary, genderqueer, gender fluid, everyone under that trans umbrella. Because there are multitudes of humans that are not cisgendered. We also want you to read a hyped or popular book, a sci-fi or a fantasy, a book whose main color on the cover is from the Pride Rainbow, a literary retelling, a contemporary, a book with a disabled main character, a non-coming out story, your most recently acquired queer book, a graphic novel, a novel where a character realizes they're queer, and something #OwnVoices. I think it also goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it just in case, that every single one of these books should have a queer protagonist. Now you might be thinking to yourself, I can't think of a book that matches this exact square, I need help. And for that, we've got some links down below recommending books that could potentially fulfill those squares. I always find it's the most fun to try to figure out what to put on my TBR to strategically cover as much of a bingo board as possible. And I think that's about everything. To recap, we have 16 challenges, do as many as you want. The readathon is from June 10th to June 16th. We're on Twitter at @queer_lit, and our hashtag is #QueerLitRead. Please do us a solid by captioning all of your videos, but specifically your TBRs for this readathon, because I am super excited to see what people pick to read. Rogan and I will be back in exactly a week with our TBRs, so look out for those, and be sure to subscribe to both of us so you don't miss that. Are you as excited for this readathon as I am? If so, let me know down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!